There it is. I don't know why on earth it wasn't popping up earlier. Alright, there we go. Perfect. So audio is working as well. Let me do one more thing real fast as well. Alright, cool. Well, I think we should be all good. Right up. So the stream's up. Chat is up as well, and we're all good to go. That is absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm sorry for the delay, but hello everyone, and welcome to round 9 of the the F8 Championship here on PSGL. I'm Kenny997, your lead commentator for this event. This time we are racing at the Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Opened in 1986, this track was first introduced into Formula 1 and has been the home to Formula 1 ever since then. This track also consists of 2.7 miles and 14 corners, 1 and 2 DRS zones, one that leads down the main straightaway, leads it to the first corner of turn 1, and the other one that leads to the exit of turn 1 leads it into turn 2. Ideally, though, those are the prime overtaking spots on the racetrack, considering that the rest of the track is quite narrow as well. It's nicknamed Monaco, but without the walls, of course. But it also doesn't mean that there's some hazard areas around this racetrack as well. For example, turn 3, turn 4 have been known to be hotspots for accidents. Turn 3, if you cut too much of the curb at turn 3, the inside curb, you definitely will spin. And also, turn 4, same story as well. I have seen drivers try to overtake around that corner, but it's very hard to do so indeed, of course. So yeah, the drivers have to be mindful of doing so. And not only that, but turn 5 has that inside curve that it can be a bit tricky at times. So yeah, they got to be very mindful of that too. And then another bit that I would say is the final bit that would be a very much of a hazard area is turn 11. The quick right-hander, you have a bit of a inside curve that can be tricky, but also it's very easy to extend track limits, so the drivers will have to be careful of that as well. Now, before we go fully focusing onto qualifying, there is some news to go through first from the previous race in Mexico. There were a few incidents that were reported, one of which was an incident between Zunin and Pataka that was resulted in no further action. There was another incident involving Jimmy and Questro that resulted in a 5-second time penalty and 2 license points. I don't think, though, if I remember correctly, let me make sure of this. I don't think it involved him getting any changes in the points anyway. Another incident involving was Platendo and Juan Lucas. Platendo was awarded a 5-second penalty and 2 license points between himself and Juan Lucas. That resulted in him getting demoted down from P8 to P9. And then finally was the incident that we caught on stream as well between the 2 Red Bulls of Stroduzzi and Aguero. Aguero was awarded a 5-second time penalty and 2 license points. But he does not demoted down a position, so everything remains unchanged from that sort of bit. Now, looking at the Drivers' Championship, currently as it stands, it is Aguero that still leads the way on, let me make sure I get this up. He is leading the way on 81 points. That is followed by Stroduzzi in second with 60 points. Aguero, I think, does have the chance to claim the Drivers' Championship as Max goes to the top with a 1 minute 15.707. I think if I do remember correctly, he does have the chance to get the Drivers' Championship. If he does, he would have to, I think, outscore Stroduzzi by 14 points or more. And if he does, he would become Drivers' Championship. So essentially, what he has to do is win and also have Stroduzzi excuse me, have Shoduzi finish outside the points. Speaking of which, Shoduzi is in second with 60 points, followed by Jazzler in third with 47. Playtendo is in fourth with 41, along with Dutchrix, who is now actually a full-time driver in AlphaTauri this season. Max is in seventh with 34, followed by Juan Lucas in eighth with 33. Jimmy in ninth with 27, and Bossy rounds off the 10 with 23 points. Constructors, Red Bull are leading the way, and I think they do have, do they have the chance to claim the Constructors, if I'm correct? I think they do. If they outscore Aston Martin, I think by 20 points. If they do, they claim the Constructors' Championship. I'll work that out a little bit later on. Aston Martin, meanwhile, are second with 33 points. Actually, it's 93 points, sorry. 33 points behind Red Bull. Then it is Williams in third with 59 points, followed by AlphaTauri in fourth with 39, along with Alfa Romeo in fifth with 38, Haas in sixth with 35, sorry, and then Alpine in seventh with 32, Mercedes in eighth with 21, McLaren in ninth with 8, and then Ferrari with only 3 points. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, we can now fully focus on this qualifying session. And yes, we are in the dying minutes. Like I said, I do apologize for starting late as well. Yeah, so my big apologies for that. And apparently I was told that there is going to be a wet race for this as well, so make things a little bit more interesting. Meanwhile, Aguado, our current championship leader, is making his way around turn 5, heading up to the chicane of turn 6 and 7. Now up towards the critical middle sector splits of, the critical middle sector turns 8, 9, and then into turn 10, and to turn 11. Looking at the steering wheel there. Clock says for him, oh, he's lost time. He's actually lost 50 down to 51 thousandths. He's currently occupying 17th, which is very unlike what he normally has been doing. Michui looks like he's on a proper lap as well. And he's up by 89 thousandths to the middle sector. With that sort of improvement, he could definitely challenge for the top 5. And he'll head around the final corner. Hello there, Cohen. Around the final corner comes Mitri. Up to the line comes the AlphaTauri. Will set a 1 minute 15.719. Only goes to third quickest. Just ahead of his teammate by, oh, what's that? 41 thousandths of a second ahead of Dutchrix. Playtendo is out getting ready as well. Zunin is on a outlap as we speak, as the rest of the cars behind are coming out of the pit lane. Tell you what, since Zunin is the closest driver on an outlap, we'll run on board with the Ferrari driver and we'll give you a more in-depth guide into this go-kart sort of track here in Hungary, in the capital of Hungary. Around the final corner comes Zunin, and we'll begin what could possibly be his qualifying lap. Down the main straightaway, open the DRS, saying up towards the first corner. Let's see what kind of peak speed it reaches. 187 miles per hour. Down to third gear, short shifting up to fourth on the exit of turn 1. Open the DRS again, heading up towards turn 2. Again, the more dominant overtaking spots in this circuit as well. Third gear, short shifting up to fifth on the exit of turn 2. Through turn 3, flats out. Up towards now turn 4. Critically, a tricky corner as well. He's up by 0.3 of a second as well. Ooh, I think he might have clipped a bit of that grass there at the entry of turn 5. He definitely missed the apex. Up towards now turn 6. And again, he's really missed the chicane, and I think he might bail on the lap here. Oh no, he actually keeps going. Does he? No, he bailed on the lap. I don't think he would keep going after that mistake. We'll do Playtendo instead, since he is making his way up towards turn 4. What will be the clock say for him? He's up by a tenth and a half, but he's also used a lot of the entries of the curve there at turn 4 through turn 5. Now up towards turn 6. These yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3. That's an Alfa Romeo. Oh, his plate attendant made a mistake there and he bails on the lap. So he will not go further forward into that. But he's still got time to go for another lap if he can. Max getting ready. Jimmy is also getting ready. Currently second right now, too. He's looking very quick so far here in qualifying. Dutch Tricks making his way around turn 1, up towards turn 2. Down to 4th gear. Keeping it 4th gear at the exit of turn 4, and I think he's bailed on his lap, too. Jeez, a lot of drivers bail on their laps here in the late part of qualifying. Joe Doozy, who is also trying to fight for the Drivers' Championship against his teammate. He's up by just over nearly 3/10 of a second, up towards turn 4. And then, turn 5, sorry. And then into turn 6 and 7. Down to 3rd gear, flips the inside apexes of both corners. And up towards that turn 8. And then into turn 9. 4th gear, short shift up to 5th. On the exit. Goodness, I couldn't speak English there for a brief moment. Around turn 11, clock says he's up by nearly 2/10 of a second to the middle sector, but he's still got an AlphaTauri in front. Hopefully it won't impede him. Around the penultimate corner of turn 13. Now around the final corner, turn 14, sorry. 5th gear, keeping it 5th over DRS, up to the line. Pole position for now for Show Doozy. With a 1 minute 15.697. Max hasn't validated his lap. He's not going to prove. Jimmy, can he snatch pole? He can! By just about 7/100ths of a second. Nice lap there by Jimmy. He is on the top of the time. Eitri is not going to beat him out. He only goes 4th quickest. Jazzler is up by 7/1000ths to the first sector. And Neil Cindric, meanwhile, improves to 6th with a 1 minute 15.765. Jazzler is up by a 10th and a half to the middle sector. Can he beat a 1 minute 15.628? That is what pole position is right now. As Jazzler makes his way around the final corner. And we'll get back onto the main straightaway. Up to the line comes the Aston Martin. Can it be pole? Yes, it can! A 1 minute 15.567, beating out Jimmy's time by just about 1/2. Sem driver will not improve. That's his quality done. Aguero only improves to 13th. He's going to start outside the top 10. Jazzler beating out Jimmy's time by actually over 1/2. 1/10 separated between the Aston Martin and the Williams. But what a great end to qualifying. And Jazzo gets his first, I think this is his first pole position as well. I don't think I've ever seen him on pole position in this series so far, but well done to the Aston Martin driver. Yeah, Aguilera, though, is going to have a little bit of work to do if he wants to try to keep staying ahead in the Drivers' Championship. Like I mentioned, it's only 21 points separating between himself and his teammate. And the max you could score, obviously here in PSGL, for if you win, is 16 points. But Jesler, though, had a podium last week in Mexico, and he's got pole position here tonight here in Hungary by 60,000ths of a second, separated between himself and Jimmy. Shojizi in third, followed by Max, Mitui, Dutch Tricks, Neil Cindric, Pataka, Platendo, Sam Driver, Oysen, Questro, Aguedo. Very poor qualifying, though, for the Spaniard. He's going to have a little bit of work to do. So TK, Zunin, Trax, Bloody, a new reserve driver, actually, I think. Tristan, and then Robson. I did see that he got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Yeah, I did notice there was a bit of traffic there, Oliver. Or Olivier. If that's how you pronounce your name. Yeah, no. I do agree there was a bit of traffic that was involved. Alright, so no formation lap, of course. We go straight into the main race. But while we are waiting, give you a quick rundown of our sponsor, GT Omega, who is a leading manufacturer of gaming peripherals, from gaming chairs to sim racing cockpits, to improve your gaming with GT Omega. Use the code PSGL at checkout for 5% on GT Omega products. If you want to find out more about them, go to Twitch TV. Go to Twitch to follow them on GT Omega TV, and then follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GT Omega Racing. All right. So, like I mentioned, no formation lap here, and it is gonna be quite interesting here. I reckon it's gonna be, yeah, it's looking like intermediate conditions. All right, well, here we go. 5 laps, 35 laps, 5 lights and 35 lights here in Hungary, and we are underway here in Hungary as well. It's nice start, looks like, from the Williams of Jimmy's alongside the Aston Martin. Car shuffling about into the first, trying to get into the first corner. The Williams goes down the inside, and he takes the lead. Jimmy has taken the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, though, Mitri has lost a few places. He's down to 7th. Neil Cindric and Max Vergès are side by side. Heading through turn 2. Up to, oh, Stroduzzi spun! No way, he spun at the exit of turn 2. He jumps from, he started from 30s, he's down to last. Meanwhile, Jesler and Jimmy around the outside. Jimmy, though, Jesler trying to get through. Oh, he's getting tagged. He gets through that somehow. Gee whiz, how on earth did that happen? Gee whiz, he went around the outside of him. And there's more spinning involved. I think that was a Alfa Romeo again. Or, not again, sorry. It was Semdrive. Oh, and a Ferrari spun now too. Oh, going off the track, that's Neil Cindric. He's going off the track, he's down to 11th place. Mitri Oysen stop shuffling about and making the way up towards turn 12. Oh, the Williams and Aston Martin again side by side. This time it's the other pair of Aston Martin and Williams. Tendo and Oysen. Tendo, though, trying to hold the outside, though. Oysen trying to hug the inside. He should be able to get by, he does. Or at least hold position rather. And Jesser, though, takes the lead of the first lap, only by 7/10 of a second. But drama already at the start. Here comes Dutchdrix to the inside of Jimmy. He's going to try to go down the inside. The AlphaTauri, though, will get by. He should. He does. He's now up into 2nd place. I did say 5 laps at one point. I almost had a bit of a Murrayism there. You remember he said that said that as well. I can't remember which Grand Prix it was. I think it was the I want to say it was the 1998 Australian Grand Prix when he did the 5 laps bit there. You have to correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I do remember him doing that. Yeah, but meanwhile, top 4 though are starting to pull away a little bit from Patuka. Patuka's got about 1.1 second margin to Max Vergès. It seems like he's trying to close that back up. Meanwhile, though, Stroduzzi overtaking Bloody, that's for 16th. His teammate, meanwhile, is in 10th. He's got work to do now, Stroduzzi. Yeah, both Red Bulls off to a bit of a horrid start. Last week we saw them come together in Mexico. This time about, Dutchdrix nearly had a moment there. He sets fastest lap, though. We saw them come together on the first lap. Now it's pretty much one had a poor qualifying, the other one had a poor start to the race. Stroduzzi now overtakes Tristan, that's for 15th place. He's trying to work his way back up. But as it stands right now, Aguilera would not claim the Drivers' Championship at all. And obviously, nor would Red Bull claiming the Constructors' Championship, because right now they are currently first and 7th place. Meanwhile, heading through the chicane, Max is closing in on the back of the Williams of Jimmy. And up through turn 10, up towards turn 11. Jimmy runs a little bit wide. Here comes Max. He's got to run to the inside. Here he goes. Down the inside into turn 12. Jimmy tries to fight back, but he can't. Max moves up into 3rd place. Not a bad move there from our race winner from last week at Mexico. Meanwhile, the Dutch Tricks and Jesler, 7/10 is the margin between the top two. Yeah, of course we don't really need the tire graphic, I don't think, because, well, as you can see, everyone's on intermediate conditions. As Dutch Tricks runs wide. He runs very wide at turn 1. He missed the apex quite badly there. He's lost a few tenths because of that as well. It's now 1.1 seconds separating these two. Well, down the rest of the field. Straduzzi trying to overtake Zunin around the outside. Turn 2 became the inside of 3. He gets it done. He's up to 14th place. And through turn 4. Through turn 5 we go. Jimmy and Max again, they are side by side. Max has actually lost a bit of, he's made a mistake actually. That's what he's done. And here comes Pataka. And there he goes, he's up into 4th. Max made a critical mistake there somewhere in that middle sector. And because of that mistake, he lost 2 places to Pataka and Jimmy. So that work he did, he's now going to have to make it up all over again. Actually, no, he's got more than that. He's got damage. Oh, he does. He's got a missing end plate on the right-hand side. I didn't see that until he'd gone into the pit lane. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, that's pretty much game over for Max, unless there's a safety car that comes out. Oh, that's such a shame. Maybe, I'm guessing he lost a bit of control somewhere in that. I'm probably going to say at turn 8 is where he did it, because I know it's very easy to make a mistake there and lose the back end if you're not careful. He might have hit the left side wall, I'm guessing. Trax has lost 2 places to Tristan. Tristan, try to get a sim driver, cannot do so. Meanwhile, out in front, Jesler is leading the way against Dutch Tricks by nearly a second. Jimmy, who was starting from second, is down by 2 seconds, nearly 2 seconds, to Dutch Tricks. Doesn't seem like Jimmy has somewhat the pace in these sort of conditions. I mean, we saw how quick he was in qualifying, but it just doesn't seem like he's not pulling that off in the race, unfortunately. Maybe the setup he's got really isn't really favoring him, I guess. Oyster, will he line up a move on Mitui into the first corner? No, not quite. Not really close enough. He needs a good run out of turn 1. Seems like they both got good exits there. Yellows are out. Is that the other? It is the other Red Bull! Aguilera and Questro have come together at turn 1. At the exit of turn 1, they drop down to 15th and 16th. Sandra lets the both of them through. I wonder if he maybe was involved. I know these two were involved for sure. Aguilera lets Questro through. Have they got damage though? I can't see anything wrong, at least on my end. But you never know in this game. Sometimes you can see it visually, but sometimes he can't. Alright, so now Straduzzi is in the points. He's now trying to line up a move onto TK, currently occupying 9th. And up towards now turn 13. He's sending it down the inside into turn 13. Manages to get by. Nicely done. Really committed move there by Straduzzi. You don't really see moves at that corner particularly. But he pulled it off. He's now up to 9th. And the critical bit, he's in the points too. So he can try to at least get some points to catch up to his teammate leading the championship. Zunin and Rufson having a little battle, as you saw there. Zunin overtaking him as Max sets fastest up with a 126.278. Alright, I'll show you the tires. That's really what it is. It's just intermediates. Tico. That's why I wasn't showing them initially. But if I'm correct, I think this is what we're going to be dealing with for the entirety of this race. Yeah, I try not to like show the tire graphic too often because, like you can see there, it just takes up so much space. As oh dear, I mean, what's happened? And then those tracks at a moment there. Mitri and Oysten, I think, battling out. Oh no, that's Plate Tendo now. Down the inside, contact between the two cars at turn 12 as they make their way up to turn 13. Mitri has the inside though. He's squeezing Plate Tendo though. Plate Tendo is not giving up. Around the far corner now. Back onto the main straight. Mitri holds his position. Plate Tendo though trying to close up. He's got overspeed. Down the inside. Can he get by? He holds the car up. Oh, they both make contact again. Mitri ran over the curb as well. But Plate Tendo, he gets by. He's up to 6th. Mitri down to 7th. Up towards turn 4. Now into turn 5 we go. Neil Cedric now is involved in this battle too with the pair of these guys. Tracks on the medium tires. Really? As he also fails to exit the pit lane correctly. I think it's not really suitable for... Oh, I have seen the... Oh, now I see the rain has stopped. Yeah, you don't see raindrops on the camera lens or on the halo. Yeah, there's nothing. So, actually we are going into dry conditions. Okay, I was informed that we were having a wet race. Would be the first time we actually had that in this series, I think. If I remember correctly, I don't think we had it. Actually, no, I think we had one in China, if I remember correctly now. But did we? I don't remember. I don't remember if we had a wet race before this one. Max sets another fastest lap at 1 minute 26.227. Yeah, I don't think those medium tires are working for tracks. I wouldn't think, at least. Around turn 5, up towards turn 6 and 7 we go. There's Straduzzi as well. Currently one of our championship protagonists as well. He might soon get involved in this battle here. Oh, Neil Cedric has spun and he's out! Using all of the curve there. Crashes into the wall and he's out on lap 9 and we have a safety car. Jeez, that was a massive shunt. Jesler though goes into pit lane. Patuka goes in and same with Oysten. The top two though. Oh, I think this might screw him a bit. Medium tires for Jesler. Everyone's going on mediums, surely. Yep. That's what's going to happen here. Yep, everyone's on the medium tires. Playtendo medium tires. Pawtucket medium tires. Hard tires. Actually, no. Hard tires for Mitwi and also for Stroduzzi. What's Robson's crew there holding like a wheel cover there? Or the rim. That's what it looked like to me at one point. No, it's not the first time I've seen that glitch. Alright, so we've got a fair mix of strategies. So we've got Jesler, Pawtucket, Oysen, Playtender on mediums, Mitwi, Stroduzzi on hard tires, the TK on the mediums, and then everyone else behind. Zunins, Robson, Questro, Bludi, Aguedo, Sebjar, Tristan, as Trax gets a 5-second penalty for Speedy. Aguedo having hard tires. Sebjar on mediums, and then Tristan and Max on hards, along with Trax, who, as you just saw there, got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit line. Yeah, what a massive crash there by Neil Cindric, but very unfortunate. And Ferrari have only had 3 points in this, and the top two are coming into the pit lane. They are gonna be absolutely shafted here at this point. They missed the pit lane when the safety car came out. They had no choice but to follow behind it for at least a lap. Now they have to go in for slicks. And they are going to go down the field. And they're going to go down to what looks like 7th for Dutch and 9th for Jimmy. Oh, that is quite unfortunate there for those two. They are going to have some catching up to do. Yeah, they have been absolutely shafted here. And actually, now that I think about it, I remember when I mentioned about Shana having a wet race. At least I thought that's when we had our first wet race. No, it wasn't. I do remember it was cloudy though, but yeah, no, it wasn't raining. I just had a little bit of an afterthought there. Right, so the running order is now this. It is Jesel that leads, followed by Pawtucket, Oysen, Playtenda, Mitwi, Stroduzzi, Dutch Tricks, and TK. Jimmy, Zunin, Robson, Questra, Bludi. Oh, Stroduzzi, he's had an incident! Under the safety car. He has spun. Well, he's made a mistake. Tristan gives back the spot, because he was getting back on the track when that happened. And now he's behind his teammate. He went from 6th, he's down to 14th. Unbelievable. These Red Bulls are having a mare of a race. And one has had the opportunities to... Oh, is that the other one? He's at a... Is he going into the pit lane? No, Stroduzzi's going in. I'm sorry. Oh, no way. Has he got damage from that? He must. Yeah, he does. He's got a missing end plate. So when he spun at turn 9, he hit the wall then. Wow. Max is also coming into the pits. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, this is more of a strategical call. Get onto another set of medium tires. And they are fresh set of tires as well. I don't remember him using a set of mediums during qualifying. Yeah, so... Oh, but... Max is going to have to do about... What is that? Maybe 23 laps he's got to do? If he wants to go to the end of those tires. Which I don't think is impossible, but... It's a bit of a task if I'm totally honest. I could say the same for everyone that has pitted for the medium tires. up towards the front. Essentially what they've got to do is get a pit stop distance between themselves and Mitui, or any of the hard runners behind. Just build up a massive gap. But anyway, the safety car is coming in this lap, so Jezza will now take control of the field. Yeah, they're gonna have to do about like 25 laps on those tires. Or about over 25 laps. Alright, so Jesler will go when he wants, and we'll get back under green flag racing shortly. Around the final corner and back onto the main straight. We are now back on a green flag racing here at Budapest. Jesler leading. Everyone waving about. They're just trying to get temperature. The tires. Oyster keeping third, and Duttrix goes to the inside of his teammate. Tries to get by him as well. He's up into 5th place. The TK and Jimmy are side by side though, heading up towards turn 2. Satike ran over the curb though, but Jimmy around the outside converts to the inside. He now takes 7th place away from the Alpine, but he's not done yet. To turn 4, he had to back out there. Yeah, there was no way he was going to try to overtake him there. No way. Joe Disney, meanwhile, is up to 13th place, I've just noticed. He's ahead of his teammate. Interesting. To the middle sector we go now, as Jesler leads the way. 4/10 of a second, though, separating between himself and the Finn Pataka. They make their way up towards turn 12, and up towards turn 13 we go. No DRS, that will be enabled on lap 15. Oh, Aguilera getting shoved off by Max. He's got to get compromised here as well by Tristan, making the way around the penultimate corner. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, Max and Aguilera have had history with each other as well, if you remember back at Baku, when those two had a bit of scrap heaps. Jimmy to the inside. I think there was contact as well. He shoves up Mitui off the racetrack. Mitui, oh my goodness me. He sends it. Oh, that was just pure desperation there. Gee whiz. I know he wasn't happy with what happened, and the consequences is he spun, and he's left the session. Oh, that was actually quite poor there. I understand maybe he was upset with him being shoved off, but you didn't need to do that. That was absolutely poor. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the stewards actually say something about that. Meanwhile, though, Straduzzi is right behind Questo and right behind this little train that he's involved in. It's actually a little bit of a train forming here in some bits. Tucker, though, has actually lost out to Jesler a little bit. It's only 1.1 seconds separating those two. As Trax gives himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Oh, he has a VRT right next to his name. I actually just noticed that. Yeah, he used to be called Clap by Trax, if I remember correctly. Alright, DRS is now enabled, so what Pataka needs to do is give within a second to Jesler if he can, then he'll get the aid of DRS. But Jesler is showing that he's got some pretty good pace in that Aston Martin. Around turn 5, up towards turn 6 and 7. It's about just under a second. As Tristan gets a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. Through the middle sector we go now. Heading up towards turn 11. Up to turn 12 we go. Saka. Oh, it's only 1.1 seconds. The detection line is at the detection zone. Is at the edge of turn 14, and I don't think he's going to get it. No, he won't. Oyston, though, behind will get DRS down this main straight, as Jesler sets a new fastest lap with a 119.271. Not close enough though to attack there for Oysen. Meanwhile though, Dutch trying to close up and play Tendo as well. Not close enough. Oh jeez, that was a bit of lag. Max and Questro side by side, heading through turn 2. He'll have the inside for turn 3. Nicely done. Just nice little racecraft there by Max there around turns 2 and 3. He goes up into 11th place. Sharduzzi once again is now back into the points, but he's got traffic in front of him as well of Robson and Zuna. Guys make their way through the middle sector, up towards now turn 11 we go. We need a good run here. Looks like Sharduzzi might have a little bit of a run. He's looking to the inside, he sends it in. Hard tire versus medium tire. Sharduzzi on the outside line, but Robson covers the inside. Up towards turn 13. Oh, a little bit off the road. Does he get through? Yes, he does. And here comes Max. He also will get through. Robson did not have the grip to defend whatsoever. Sharduzzi now moves himself up into 9th. Max up to 10th, but Max is not done yet as he goes to the outside of turn 1. Oh, contact and a spin! And a spin for Sharduzzi. Dropping down to 15th again for the 3rd time. It goes into the points, and a costly mistake by whatever reason drops it down to out of the points again. Unbelievable. Jezza, though, is on cruise control at the moment, leading the way by 2 seconds. Yeah, Patuka trying to occupy second as best he can. And Oyster right now occupying 3rd. Max overtaking Zuna to the inside of turn 12. He gets that move done. He's up now into 8th place. Bluedy, what's happened to you? Drops down to 15th apparently. Well, Sharduzzi now has to make up this work again. Here he goes. Up to now 13th, ahead of the Alfa Romeo Sem driver. Yeah, those mistakes though. The opportunities he's had to capitalize on his teammate being outside the points with him in the points. Yeah, it's just been really costing Sharduzzi dearly. Although that incident with him and Max, I probably am going to say that will be at least looked at. I'm not sure if there was. I think there was slight contact between those two at the exit of the first corner, from what it looked like to me. And then obviously as a result, it must have unsettled his car. It's a very unfortunate incident. Alright. In order to close up a Patuka. Patuka has a 7/10 margin to Oyster as Max sets a new fastest lap with a 1:19.059. Right now saying they're occupying 8th place at the moment. Back up the hill, up towards turn 4. Now into turn 5 we go. Yeah, Patuka here leading a little bit of a train here that's forming from him that's leading it to, I probably would say the closest would be maybe Jimmy or Satike. Satike is not too far away from this train either. But he's not within DRS range just quite yet. Jimmy, oof, I think he was looking for a move there, not close enough. Alright. 6/10 is the margin between Oyston and Playtendo. Between Oyston and Pawtucket, as Jazzo now respawns with the fastest lap with a 119 flat. More particular, 1 minute 19.033. Max now counters that with a 119.015. Yellow flags are out. Stroduzzi again has spun. This time at the exit of the final corner. Oh dear, oh dear. This has been a horrid race for Stroduzzi. Not the first time either. He seems to have the pace to win, to fight for wins, but he just hasn't had that sort of consistency in some cases. Been a very unfortunate race for Stroduzzi. The only good news I can say out of all this is that the championship fight can continue, because remember, top 10 do score points here in PSGL. So the penultimate round would carry over to Saudi Arabia, which will be the next round of the championship. Originally it was going to be Brazil, but that got changed to the final round, and then the final round was supposed to be at Portugal, but then that got changed, and now it's Brazil that's the final round of the championship. Oyston not close enough though to attack. Yellow flags again. That's Tristan again that has spun. Actually, no. Oh, that's the other Red Bull too. Stroduzzi again has spun. He spun at turn 13 and he goes into pit lane. Aguirre though occupying 11th at the moment. And like I said, he has to outscore his teammate by 15 points or more. I think that's what it is to claim the championship. But yeah, right now Aguirre is not in a position to at least do that. Not yet, at least. Alright, still brewing between for this battle for second. Oyston though just hasn't had a position to at least attack. Not yet, at least. Down the main straightaway we go. Can he find anything? No, he can't. Max overtaking to TK. Jeez, cuts across as he overtook the Alpine. He moves up to 7th now. Here, Oyston up second, still behind. Just still been leading with this train. Then again, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. That must have happened at the exit of turn 4, I'm guessing. Considering where he is right now, he's just coming out of the chicane of 6 and 7. He too is also lead a bit of a train back down to Questro, who currently occupies 12th in this train. Yeah, in order for Oyston to try to overtake this Mercedes, he just needs to get within maybe less than half a second to get a better chance of overtaking him. And out goes Mitui. AI. Tristan gets a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. That must have happened at turn 12, I'm guessing. And you can see there's Stroduzzi as well in 19th. Trax and Bluty contact between the two cars. But Trax gets by Bluty, he's up to 14th place. Blue flag's being waved as well, I'm noticing. Guessing that might be for Mitui's AI. Oh, of course it is. Straduzzi though sets fastest lap, 1:18.4, showing what the pace he could have had if everything would have gone his way, I guess. It's been a very unfortunate race, like I've mentioned for him. Yeah, he's only got one win to his name, about a couple of podiums if I'm correct. And I think he's also been leading the way in terms of poles and land. Well, there you go, he shot himself the foot again. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, he's had one win and 2 podiums. He also had a time where he had 3 pole positions in a row when he got poles at, let me think, he had it at France, Austria, Bahrain, I think also, actually no, 4. I think he also got one at Baku, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Straduzzi, like I've said, has been really good in qualifying, but in the race, though, it's been a bit iffy in terms of his consistency. But like I said, he still has a chance to fight for the title. Aguilera right now is in 10th place. As Straduzzi is retired, he has had enough. Well, that's also now his 2nd DNF of the season. Poor fella. So, yep, he will absolutely score nothing in this race. His first DNF coming at, oh, it's Jimmy Espun. At the exit of turn 13, he gets going again. I think he might have damage too, from what it looks like. No, I can't see that. But then again, of course, like I said, it's visually. I can't see it. And to add salt into the wounds, he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding the pits and retires. He has had enough. That becomes retirement number 3 in this race. Second retirement that was voluntarily. And don't mind the yellow flags, that's just because of the AI in the pit line. Yeah, first DNF came at Austria for Straduzzi. Now he's got a second one here at Budapest. So unfortunate. Well, now the only thing you can hope for is for Aguilera not to score, like I mentioned, outscored by 15 points. But it's going to make things a little bit harder for him once we get to Jeddah. Because definitely there, Aguilera could claim the Drivers' Championship at Saudi Arabia. But also with this DNF, in the Constructors' Championship, this will definitely help the likes of Aston Martin. Because like I said, they are 33 points behind Red Bull at the moment. And if Oyster could get past Pataka, even though he's got a 3-second time penalty, well, what he's going to do now is just pass him, obviously, and build up the 3-second margin. If he could do that, get a 1-2, which would be a really good result for Aston Martin. It'll make things a lot closer from the Constructors' Championship between those two. Still got a little bit of racing to go. But Jesler, though, has been in absolute cruise control, has led literally every single lap of this race. Like, he has not put a foot wrong at all. Just been on form and not make a mistake, and he's just been absolutely good. Had a promising result, a podium in Mexico. And right now it's proving that he's been showing what more he could do as well here in Budapest. No, solid drive from him so far. But we still got plenty of racing to go here in Budapest. And it's just a long train for second. Max is now involved in this 5-car train. think Oyster might have ran a little bit wide there at turn 5. Yeah, they have been stuck behind Pataka since the safety car restart. Max, whoa, jeez, that's tight defending there from him and Dutch Tricks. Max looking for something there, but he can't find a way by. Can Oyster line up a move here on Pataka? He's 4/10. Can he get by the Mercedes-Benz? He's opening the DRS, using battery as well. He's closing in. Oh, but he's not close enough. Wait, can he get a good run on turn 2? Or turn 1, sorry. That leads into turn 2. No, he can't. Pataka just has the better traction there. Aguayo, though, moves it to 8th, ahead of Zunin. As Zunin spins at the exit of turn 1. He's now dropped out of the points, thanks to that spin as well. Dearie me. To the middle sector we go now. 7.3 seconds is the margin between Pataka and Jesler. Oysen has got to find a way by against that Mercedes. He has to build a 3-second margin as well if Aston Martin want to get a 1-2 result. Alright, can he do it here? He's not using the battery though, but he is using DRS, of course. Nope. Oh, but he locks up! He checks the car up in time. That... Oh, gee whiz. I left the door open for plate Tendo to get through, and there you go. He's up into 3rd. That was a very costly mistake there by Oysen. As Trax gives himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Alright, well now it's plate Tendo's turn to try to see if he can get by Pataka. Tristan, another penalty, 5-second penalty, sorry, for speeding in the pit lane. Alright, well now it's the 2 Finns. They're 2 and 3. They definitely won't be 2 and 3 after this race if this keeps it up. Can Playtender find a way by against Pataka? Oysen failed to do so. Let's see if the Williams can do something. Yellows are out. Tracks a spun. That is at turn 11. He gets the car pointed in the right direction though. Meanwhile though, Playtendo not close enough to attack against Pataka. Pataka just gets really good traction out of those corners though. Like, he may not have the pace like Jesler does, but he does have enough traction though to hold the cars behind him. Now, knowing Pataka very well, I know he is on pad, which is also a really big advantage. If you are a pad user, you get this really good traction out of corners compared to the wheel user. I can tell you the difference between that for sure, because I used to be a pad user before I went on to wheel about a year ago. I haven't done so much with this game, but I remember previous games though. Yeah, pad users were just so OP when it came to traction. Like, that's how they were always so good. It starts. It's also they're good at exit of corners to get away, etc. The only downfall for pad users is when we go to a wheel track, like for example Mexico, Jeddah, and Monaco. That obviously is very much a bit of a downfall. Playtender though is not making this a downfall. He's looking at this to make a move. Oh, there's contact between him and Pataka. They make their way towards turn 2. I don't think Pawtucket will have enough to defend here. Oh, well, he's trying, though, to the outside. It'll convert to the inside. Play Tendo around the outside. He gets the move done. He's up to second place. Nice driving by both of them. Oh, and Play Tendo has now got a 3-second time penalty for multiple points. Actually, I was saying that Pawtucket had a penalty. No, that was Oysen. Dutch Tricks, though, to the inside as Rostock gets a penalty. Oysen, though, holds the position. But Dutch Tricks is not giving up. Contact, more contact. Oh, dearie me. There was no way you were going to make that move there, Dutch. No way you were going to. He needed to be more patient there. And as a result, it cost him a spot there to Max. I was referring to Pawtucket having a penalty. I apologize for that. That was Oysen I was referring to. But no, Play Tendo though now has a 3-second time penalty. He's got to build up a 3-second margin, and he's got to do it quick. The fortunate thing though is Pawtucket, for his sake, does not, for Play Tendo's sake, does not have DRS. Maxo does have DRS on Oysen. He's down the inside. He moves up into 4th place. But can Oysen hold him off though into turn 2? No, I don't think he can. Max now moves up into 4th, ahead of Oysen. Now his next target will be Pawtucket in the Mercedes-Benz. Meanwhile, out in front though, Jesler is having himself a lovely race. Nearly a about 9.5 seconds is the margin between himself and Play Tendo. Nearly 10 seconds actually too. Alright, can Max find a way by against Pawtucket? Pawtucket is gonna have a rear wing full of Alfa Romeo. Max is looking very racy here too. Yellows are out. Zatiki, I think, has spun at the exit of turn 9. Moves down to 11th and out of the points. Pawtucket is gonna be under a bit of trouble here. Can he get a good exit against Max? Oh, Max is so close. No battery either for the Mercedes. No battery either for the Alfa Romeo. To the outside he goes. Around the outside. And he's got it. He's now into 3rd, ahead of the Mercedes. His next target will be Play Tendo. It was 2 seconds up the road. So if he finishes within less than 3 seconds to him, he should be able to get second place. Oysen and Pawtucket to the outside of turn 5. You don't see moves there happen. And a bit of a wiggle as well. He drops down to 6. Should have been more patient there. Now Dutch Tricks is all over him too. Tucker's just getting absolutely swamped here. Up towards now turn 12 we go. No, not close enough to attack. Yellows are out since the Tiki that spun at turn 9. At the exit of turn 9, leading up to turn 10. And now Max is closing in on Play Tendo. He is now within DRS range. Dutch Tricks, though, will now overtake Pawtucket from what it looks like. The hard tire is now working for him there. He's now moves up into 4th place, ahead of the Merc. Pawtucket, who was leading the train, who was 2nd in this race, drops down to 5th and maybe 6th. Although I think he should be able to occupy 5th, even with Oysen's penalty. So TK has retired in the pits. He has had enough. So yeah, he's going to be scoring nothing in this race. I think he should be classified. See the battery difference here. You can definitely tell that they're both quite even on battery. 13% for Max and 11% for Play Tendo. as Jesler will begin the final lap of the race as well, I think. Yep, we're on to the final lap. So on to lap 35 of 35 here in Budapest. Can Max find a way by against the Williams of Playtendo? He's closing in. DRS wide open for the Alpha. Not close enough though to attack. Oysen though. Oh my goodness me! Here comes Aguero as well. To the outside of Pataka. He'll get DRS and same with Oysen. To defend. Aguero looking to the inside. Pataka trying to defend him as well. Into turn 3 we go. Aguero has the outside. He'll have the inside though, hanging up towards turn 4. I think Pataka has to give in on this sort of spot. Yeah, he has to. No way he can do anything there. Meanwhile, out in front, it has been a commanding race for Jesler. Got pole position, has led every single lap of this race. Unfortunately though, he won't get fastest lap, so he doesn't really get the Grand Slam. But he will get his victory here in the Hungary. Around the final corner, up to the line, Jesler sees the flag and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, a Type Alpha second place. Dutchtrix looking to the inside. Can he snatch fourth from Max? No, he doesn't. Max gets second anyway. Oh, yeah, that's right. Playtendo had a penalty. So Max gets second. Dutch gets third. Playtendo goes down to fourth. Aguero moves up to fifth. Pataka sixth. Oysen seventh. Queso eighth. Subdriver ninth. Robson in 10th place. Followed by Bloody. And then Zunin. And then Trax. Tristan. Mitwi, sorry. Will finish 15th. Actually, finished a lap down thanks to the AI. Tristan will finish in 14th place. Alright, hang on. I've got a bit of math to do here. So, since Stroduzzi retired, 5th place you get 6 points. So that means now the gap between Aguero and Stroduzzi is 27 points. This championship fight is definitely still going, but Aguero has a more comfortable chance of claiming the driver's title next week in Jeddah. So that's it. It is over here in Hungary. And Aguero gets driver of the day. Started from 13th. He finishes in 5th. Alright, on to the corridor of celebrations. It's victory number 1 for the British driver of Jesler. Well done. Pole position, led every lap, took command and did not look back. Well done to you. Absolutely well done. Max claiming 2nd place. Back-to-back podiums for him. After getting the win last week in Mexico, gets 2nd here in Hungary. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. And the Dutchtrix getting 3rd. It's a AAA podium as well. Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and Alfa Tauri. And there are your unofficial results here for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Jesler wins the race. Start for pole, got fast, led every lap, not fastest lap. That belongs to Trax. But Max gets 2nd, Dutch in 3rd, followed by Playtendo, Agueda, Pataka, Oysen, Questra, Robson, Bloody, Zunin, Trax, Tristan, Mitwi, and then Zatike, Jimmy, Stroduzzi, and Neil Cindric. Alright, we'll see if we can get these guys in for a podium interview as well. I'll try to see if I can. If they want to, that is. Of course, like I said, they don't have to, but just for continuity's sake, I guess. I'll see if they want to join. There's Jesler. Oh, I just saw Max there. There you are. And then Dutch Chicks. See if they also want to join. Oh, I can't add Max apparently. Oh well. Well, I guess we'll see if we can get the other two then, of Jesler and Dutch Tricks. We'll see if they want to join. Shit, I think my Discord's a bit broken here. Hold on. I'll tag them in here and see if they want to join. I'll still ask Max anyway. Even though his settings are a bit changed, I guess. Alright, well, they said that they won't go on for podium interviews, and Jesler has confirmed to me that he has another race straight after. Gee whiz. What time is it for you in England? Isn't it like 9 o'clock right now in England? Gee whiz, you're a busy man. Anyway, alright, so I guess since no one is coming in, then I guess we can wrap up the stream. So, yeah, there's more racing going on right now as we speak. Of course, you got the F1 Championship as well in Hungary, being commentated by Jessica and Aiden. So be sure to tune in for that. And of course, we got the other races going on as well. I believe that would be F2 and F4? No, let me make sure of that real fast before I incorrectly say the wrong information. You got F5 and also F3 and I think F1. That's at least according to the streams. Alright, but anyway, yeah, I think that will wrap it all up. So, but for F8, we will have to wait until next week. Until then, I have been K997. Thank you very much, and like I said, I do apologize for the late starts. That's on me for what happened. But tune in next weekend, as we will be ready for the penultimate round of the championship at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Until everyone, it is goodbye and take care.